I mean, you are doing great, my friend. I am short of saying I want your life. I envy you.
That's a huge compliment, sir.
And you know why? And I'll dive into Nigerian culture for a moment here.
Okay.
If that woman was a Nigerian woman, a traditional in Yoruba woman or a Igbo woman, she would have appeared a deal long time ago. And you know that.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
That's how lucky you are.
Yes, that's true.
We see how the Yoruba and the Igbo women behave, not just in Nigeria, but everywhere else they go, including Europe and UK and America. You see, you found your wife as a teenager, right?
Yes.
She never needed to go anywhere else to become a woman. The moment she attached with you, she settled in her essence, in her duty as a woman. There was no seminar to go to. There was no book. There was no podcast to listen to on how to be a woman. She just knows how to be a woman.
Wow.
Right?
Yes, that's true.
So now for us men, we should not go looking for a higher being to complete us, because that higher being gave us the responsibility to complete everything. Everything that was supposed to be already is. We just need to step into those opportunities. And we need to create those opportunities for ourselves first. Those boys need to see your strength when they look in your eyes.
Yes, sir.
That woman needs to see your strength every morning when you wake up.
Yes, sir.
You cannot be going to depend on some other superior being, because you are the superior being to her. You are the superior being to the children. And oftentimes, when men fail to do what I'm telling you, that's why women start getting so religious and going to church and start worshiping the pastor and calling her daddy.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. Yes, that's true.
Because women are always looking for a higher power to submit to obey, to honor, to respect, and to follow.
Yes.
So when you fail to take that frame that deserves respect, that deserves honor, that deserves to follow, that deserves submission, that deserves to be followed, then she starts now hunting for that other person, because she's continually looking to be led. And in the context of the African society, the least judgmental, least guilty place to go to is the church.
Yeah, that's true.
But she is going to treat the pastor the way she would have wanted to treat you.
That's true.
So be the head of the family, not Jesus, not anybody else. And I'll tell you something about the psychology of women. Women don't want to hear men's problems. The lie that has been sold by the wokeness in the modern man's world, that open up, be vulnerable, it's okay to cry, it's okay to share, pour your heart out, that's a lie. The moment you do that, this woman is looking at you like, now what am I going to do with this thing? Because this thing was supposed to guide me. This thing was supposed to give me direction. This thing was supposed to protect me. These things were supposed to provide for me. These things were supposed to be masculine. Now it's a fragile, crying, emotional things. What am I going to do with it? They check out. Hello, mister.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Doing very good.
Yeah.
Is this a good time to talk?
Yeah, it's a good time to talk, sir.
Perfect.
It's a good time.
Perfect.
Yes.
What is your name?
So my name is Ubono.
Umbonu.
Yes, Ubono.
Ubonu.
O-N-O. Yes, Ubono.
Ubonu.
Yes.
And you are where?
Yeah, I'm from Akwa Ibom State in southern part of Nigeria.
Kwabo?
Yes, I'm from I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa
which is
Ibom.
Southern. Yes, Akwa Ibom. It's a
Akwa Ibom State in southern Nigeria.
Yes, in southern Nigeria. But I
Hey.
currently live in Lagos.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. How did you find me?
So I was watching some videos.
Yeah.
And yes, I was watching some videos, and then your video popped up.
Yeah.
And immediately your video popped up. I watched like 3 or 4 of your videos. I knew there was something about like your story just resonated with me so much that gladly you put this number at the end of the video and said we should message you that you want to hear our story, right? So
Yes.
So when I saw the number, I was like, this guy is a big guy. So I'll be very lucky to
This guy is Oga. The guy did the Oga.
he's a chairman. He's not only Oga. He's a chairman.
Zebu.
So I'll be very like I'll let me. I didn't just wanna you miss all the chances you don't take. So I just said let me take my chance and say hello to this man and tell him that his video actually impacted my life in a very positive way. And here we are now.
So yeah, that's what I want to hear, because you said I just watched your video and you are so right. I am facing one of the most difficult times of my life right now, and it's testing me big.
Yes.
So what is happening?
So I'm married. I have 2 kids.
Okay.
And yeah, I have 2 kids. And currently my wife is pregnant with our 3rd baby.
Yeah.
And she's due to give birth in around 2 months from now. So it's been crazy, like when I watched your video and you said the system is set up to make you fail.
Yeah.
It really resonated with me, because it's as if I'm trying so hard, like I'm doing my best, trying so hard, working, like doing everything I can, but then I'm not able to make ends meet. Like right now I owe rent, I owe, like, it's just crazy, I owe, like, it's just the way I've been surviving for the past 5 months. I would say it's been God, because it's been the most, like, the last 5 months, sir, have been the most challenging times of my adult life. So what actually got me to this position was I tried to leave Nigeria last year to go and do my masters. So when I wanted to do that, I sold my car, like put together all the savings that I had and everything, right? But the money was still not enough to make the payments. And I asked everybody that I could ask, everybody who I knew, for help, and the help wasn't coming, So as with everything in life, you then say, okay, since this way didn't work out, let me try another way. And trying another way, I opened a business. And that business I opened a business for my wife, actually. She makes hair. So the business has been okay, but the cost of living has just gone through the roof. Everything has just gone through the roof, like through the roof. And my own my own business that I do, because I work in I do crypto, right? So I haven't really had like a lot of luck, because I put money in the wrong things, and the things that I put the money in, the returns haven't come yet. So the guys are like, oh yeah, they're gonna do the return, but then there's no date for the return yet. So it's just been like we've just been like living from hand to mouth, struggling from hand to mouth, and the pressure and everything is getting to me, and sometimes it even gets to like it tests me in a way where I'm thinking, okay, should I just like I'm feeling trapped, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, oh, if I didn't have this family, I'll probably just like be outside or like I'll just be on the street, hustling and doing stuff like that. But then I have a family, especially like my kids. I wanna be there for them. I wanna actually show them how to be men, because I was raised by a single mother, and I see the disadvantages that being raised by a single mother has on me. So now that I have two boys, I'm having to become the father that I never had, for like a father to myself and a father to my two boys. So I'm having to refather myself to become the father that I never had and become a father to my boys. So that has been like a major challenge, because sometimes you mentioned something. You said, yeah, your mother is gonna give you the chemistry and the biology. It's true. It's true, and the reason why I was even able to make it this far is because when I was 11 years old, when she told me that my father's brother, who I used to call daddy, was not my biological father. That's my biological father's elder brother, right? And that my biological father died when I was 3 months old. So when she told me that, I decided to go on the streets. Like I started hanging out with boys on the streets. So the streets.
How old were you?
I was 11.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 10, 11.
Yeah.
When she told me that. I was born. I'm 35 now.
Okay.
So when she told me that, I was like, oh, this like I don't know, but somehow something in me just said, okay, you know what, your like life is not gonna be easy for you, so you have to start now to start hustling for yourself, because like I didn't even know what I know now, but when in hindsight you're able to like connect the dots.
Yeah.
So I just said, okay, you know what, life is not gonna be easy for you as a guy who doesn't have a father, so you have to start hustling for yourself. So I started hanging out with like older guys on the streets. These guys now, this guy is kind of like played the role of a father in my life. So that was how I could I could know that, oh, okay, this is actually a female's trait. This is the chemistry and biology, like you were talking about, that is that is what is operating in if I'm acting this way, and that this is not how I'm supposed to act. As a man, you're supposed to toughen up and all of that stuff. So that really helped me, in like shaping my mindset and stuff like that. So I've just been going through my wilderness season. You mentioned in your video that you went through your own wilderness season for like 11 years. You had to, you didn't have papers to work. You didn't have medical insurance and all of that stuff, and I was just thinking to myself, like, this guy, how did this guy even, like, how did he get through that kind of difficult time? Because I'm going through this for like 5 or 6 months now, where it's my wife who's like picking up some of the bills in the house, right? And she's every day she comes back and she's like, what's happening to the rent? You know, they're gonna throw us out and stuff like that and everything. And I'm like, no, they're not gonna throw us out. The rent is already paid, because I believe in God. You know, I know that God is supreme. He works in ways that no man can ever know. So I always tell her that no, she shouldn't say that. That she should be positive, that everything is gonna work out. That it might not look like that now, but I promise her that everything is gonna work out.
Is she is she a Fulani?
No, she's not. She's not Fulani. She's a Yoruba lady.
Okay.
Yeah, she's.
How old are your
Yoruba
boys?
Lady. My boys. My first son is going to be 7 in November, and my second boy is 2. He was born January 2023. So by January he turned 2.
Okay. And you're going to have another one by October?
Yes, we're going to have another child by October, ending first week of November, by God's grace.
Yeah, so there's something you said there that's very profound, that if you did not have the children, you would be on the streets hustling. You got married, you had your first child at 27?
28.
28.
Yes.
So what led you to start a family at 28?
So the first thing that I would say led me to start a family at 28 was, you know how you're living with friends and you start to see, oh man, if the money I was making and spending living with friends, I sat down and I thought about it, you know, and I'm like, this money, since I'm an only child, right, and life has just been like lonely for me. And so I sat down and I thought about it, and I was like, this money I'm making now, and I'm spending it with these friends and these guys, if I'm using this money to take care of a child in the next 15 or 20 years, right, I am going to be happier for it. That was why I started a family. And I knew it wasn't gonna, I knew kids are expensive and all of that stuff, but I just have faith that it's better you do it now that you're younger, that you can like hustle your way through, you can fight, you don't have so much shame, you know, you can just creep through and survive. Better do it when you're younger than when you're older.
You know, that was a very conscious decision on your side. It's something you thought about for a long time, and is
it's something I thought about. It's something I thought about for. I think I thought about it for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Because you were raised as an only child.
Yes.
So there was that need for you to compensate from a very early on. So you're saying from when 24, 25, 26, you're already thinking about raising a family, and you had consciously chosen that it would be better to suffer in the front end with raising a child and then enjoy life in the future.
Yes.
And I don't know how much of my content you have been listening. Probably much of it is not on YouTube. It's on X Spaces. But I have said something very similar to that. The only positive part of having children early is they grow up with you. And I have always said, if I had to go back and change anything, it has to be on condition that I still end up with the children I have, which is exactly what you're saying. But
Yes.
yours sounds very, very calculated. It was very intentional for you.
Yes.
And you got lucky with 2 boys back to back.
Yeah, I got very I got very lucky because when I had the first one,
Yeah.
when my lady, then we were just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right. But immediately I started dating her. She told me her story, and to be very honest with you, I saw this lady and I'm like, okay, this lady, her story is similar to my story. She doesn't really have like anybody,
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really have anybody, and we can just build our families together. We could just build everything we have for each other.
Yeah.
So I think 2 months into us dating, I told her if she was gonna have a baby for me, and she was like, wow, like why would I say that? And I was like, yeah, I know, I know it's kind of sudden, but then I see you like someone who I feel, hearing your story and knowing you for the 2 months that I've known you, I feel like, yeah, it's not going to be all rosy, but I feel like we can make it work, you know. So she got um, she got pregnant in February 2018, and immediately she got pregnant, I told her that she was going to have a baby boy,
Mm-hmm.
and even the second one, when she got pregnant for the second one, I told her she was going to have a baby boy. That I wanted 2 boys, and the reason why I wanted those 2 boys was because I wanted to start like early to plan my legacy, So when she had those 2 boys, she was always telling me that, wow, you said it, that you were going to have 2 boys, and then you can have any other sex of child, but those first 2 were really important that I had boys, because it just kind of like sets the tone for the kind of family that I planned to raise.
Do you all know what you're having on your that boy, on that child? Is it a boy or a girl?
So we haven't even, that's one of the challenges that we're having, because we're supposed to go register at the hospital,
Yeah.
where she's gonna have the baby.
Yeah.
But then we've just been waiting for money to go do that and all of that stuff. But I think we would know pretty sooner than later. We
Yeah.
would know. As soon as we get the money to go to the hospital, we would know if we're having a boy or a girl.
But you want a girl for her?
Yes, I want a girl now, because I know having a girl now will make her very happy.
Yeah. So you said when you met her, you found that you have a similar pattern, a similar background. What is her story?
So her story, she's from Benin Republic, which is the neighboring country to Nigeria.
Oh, Benin.
So yeah, it's Benin.
Yeah.
So she's from Benin.
So she is a Yoruba from Benin.
Yes.
Okay.
So her father is Beninese.
Yeah.
Her mother is from Nigeria, Kwara State.
Okay.
So her father moved from Benin to Lagos. He was living and working in Lagos when he met the mother, and then he had his kids. He had my wife, the younger sister, and the younger brother. So my wife was 11 years old when she lost the father. So when she lost the father, the mom, like during the father's funeral, they went from Lagos to Benin for the funeral, and then the father's family collected them from the mother,
Mm-hmm.
right? So she lived. So I met her in Benin because I did my school, my university in Benin.
Okay.
So she lived in from that age, from um 11 years old when her father died, up until when me and she met in Benin. She had not seen her mother.
Yeah.
She was looking for her mother everywhere. She hadn't seen her mother. But 2 months, 2 or 3 months into the pregnancy of our first child,
Yeah.
she found her mother from Lagos. Someone just called her one day. We were in the house, and someone just called her that someone reached out to her on Facebook, because she was always like looking for the woman.
Yeah.
And trying to like ask people that she knew from Lagos. And someone said, "Hey, we found your mother," and somehow they she got reconnected with her mother, and the mother came to visit her in Cotonou in Benin Republic. And yeah, it's just been a series of like things that some things happen, and as a man of faith, you just know that this is not ordinary. This is the hand of God in action. So she was learning how to make hair. She was doing her apprenticeship where we met, and she was like, "Oh, that she has finished learning her apprenticeship, but then she doesn't have the money to pay for freedom. When you do your apprenticeship, at the end, you pay, and then you become your own boss."
Yeah.
Right. So I told her that right now right now I'm a student. I don't really have much money, but then I promise you, once I get some money, I'm gonna pay for it for you, right? So I think 2 months later or thereabout, I got the money, and I called her and I gave it to her to go and pay. And I told her, like, then we weren't really like dating, like serious. We're not really seriously dating. We're just like friends, And she so when I called her and I gave her that money, I told her that I'm giving you this money. I don't want you to think maybe I'm giving you this money because I want to like use it to like tie you down or anything, right? I'm just giving you this money from a place of love, from hearing your story and knowing that you don't really have anybody to support you. So I will be someone that will support you, And then from there, one thing led to another. Next month, she got pregnant, and then we had Liam. My first son's name is Liam.
And Glamour is still in touch with her mother?
Yes, her mother is still in touch with her.
Okay. So it sounds like you boarded through trauma. Was it for good, or how can you define that?
I think I don't know. Sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I think about it, and I'm like, I don't be if it was if I was given a chance to say, okay, will you go back and redo this thing, right? And will you change anything? I don't really think I'll change anything, because the girls that are out there these days, like I know personally that even before I got married to her, right, I had always been saying that the wife I'm going to marry is going to be a Proverbs 31 woman, you know. So I'm not surprised that she's the way she is.
How
But at the
how
same time,
how old is she?
she's 25.
Okay.
So she, for a girl that is this young,
Yeah.
you know, and when we started dating, you know, she said she was um she added 2 years to her age.
She was
So
19.
she was 17 when we started dating.
And then she said
And
she was 19.
yes, yes. so so she said she was 19.
Yeah.
Not until she got pregnant and we went to the hospital to do the registration and all of that stuff did I know that she was not 19, that she was 17. So I was like, whoa! If you like, and you know, some things work, and you're like, well, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Because sincerely, if she had told me that she was 17, I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with her, you know, because I was a stranger in Benin,
Yeah.
and having to now, in my eyes, 17 is underage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So dating an underage girl in a strange land, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that in any way. So yes, and for someone who's that young, she has pretty good head on her shoulders, you know.
That's why I was asking you whether you were trauma bonding, because
No,
she she came with her own traumas and she identified yours, or you explained yours to her, and you clicked.
yeah, I don't really, my, having spent all this time with
Yeah.
her, right? She might not know about what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about, right? She's
Yeah,
not.
there is a psychological science term for it. It's called associative mating. You are drawn to each other because you have so much in common.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for her it was her mother. For you it was your father.
Mm.
So it's very unique, and I like the way you explain it, because she's not having daddy issues.
Yes.
That's not why she came to you. Even when we factor the age, that would be the easiest excuse. But that's not the situation.
Yes.
There was just that associative mating attraction between the two of you because you have so much in common, and
Yes.
that's what she was seeking from you.
Yes.
And unbeknown to you, that's also what attracted you to her.
Yeah, that's true. That's what
Yeah.
attracted me to her, because I saw my, like, I looked at my background and my story. For lack of a better word, let me put it this way: my story wasn't straight. You know, it was like ups and downs, ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't straight. You know, and I looked at her own story, and her own story as well wasn't straight. So I was like, okay, well, this is someone who I will not have there won't be a lot of resistance
Yeah.
in getting her, you know.
Yeah. I it's total positive. Everything is upside.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because she was underage, but the fact that she was young,
Yes.
the fact that she is not even from your culture, and
Yes.
and even without you seeking, she brings the richness of the mix of the cultures to you, and more importantly to the children.
Yes.
And in science, she also contributes heavily to the quality of the genes of the children. It's upside everywhere. And
Yes.
and what I was telling you earlier, even if now you're looking at it as if you're going through a hardship, if you had to go back, there is nothing you could change, because you still want to end up with her, and you still want to end up with the children you have, which is very true for me also.
Yes.
I would not change anything in my past if it affected the outcome of the children I have.
Wow.
So I think you have more going well for you than you want to admit.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Like, you know, I catch myself every time, you know, like today when I was before she left for to go to the business place, right? I told her that, like, if she shouldn't think that I'm complaining, right?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. Like, my life is good. Like, my life is very good. The only thing that I see that is happening is I see that I could do more if given more, right? And I could be the reason why more African kids dream and believe that, okay, I can actually be great if I were to obey certain natural laws and follow a particular system.
Yeah.
So the frustration is coming from knowing deep down inside that you're made for more, right? But then you just have to wait for God's time, and you have to wait for the opportunity to come.
So that self-awareness that you feel that you are made for more, and the frustration is coming from the limitations of the potential opportunities to do more. That's a very good thing for a man. That fire under the belly, always kicking you to be better. That's a very good thing. Two things I want to correct.
Okay.
As a man, you cannot rely so much on God, and I'll explain it. And remember, you found me because of that video where I said, if you hang out with your mother for too long, she's going to imprint in you her chemistry and her biology. Women look out for others to solve their problems. And the last resort for women is to throw everything at God, at faith. But we are men. We are the problem solvers. So you cannot be invoking, and I know what I'm going to say is very controversial because of the connotation of the African Christian religion that is embedded in our cultures. You cannot invoke the name of God because you are the God that the woman and the children are looking up to. You cannot have that. You cannot have that luxury. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, there is nobody coming to save you. This life is yours for you to figure it out. For women, there is somebody coming to save them. For children, obviously the father is their God. But for you, the overemphasis of we are waiting on God by God's grace. No, you are the God now. Make things happen. Because that's what God would want you to do. Not that we are exempting God. No, we are accepting the role of the creator that is embedded in our DNA because we are made in the image of God. So if God is a creator, we are also creators. We are not dependents. Those are women.
Wow.
Also, the second chance, the second thing you said. So you said by God's grace, and then you said opportunities will come. No, opportunities don't come. We make opportunities.
Wow.
We are the creators of opportunities. Everything that we need to be already is. You see, you found your wife as a teenager, right?
Yes.
She never needed to go anywhere else to become a woman. The moment she attached with you, she settled in her essence, in her duty as a woman. There was no seminar to go to, there was no book, there was no podcast to listen to on how to be a woman. She just knows how to be a woman.
Wow.
Right?
Yes, that's true.
So now for us men, we should not go looking for a higher being to complete us, because that higher being gave us the responsibility to complete everything. Everything that was supposed to be already is. We just need to step into those opportunities. And we need to create those opportunities for ourselves first. So it's just a little bit of fine-tuning of the mindset that you have. I mean, you are doing great, my friend. I am short of saying I want your life. I envy you.
That's a huge compliment, sir.
And you know why? And I'll dive into Nigerian culture for a moment here.
Okay.
If that woman was a Nigerian woman, a traditional in Yoruba woman or a Igbo woman, she would have appeared. She would have appeared a deal long time ago, and you know that.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
That's how lucky you are.
Yes, that's true.
We see how the Yoruba and the Igbo women behave, not just in Nigeria, but everywhere else they go, including Europe and UK and America and everywhere.
That's true.
So you have it going on for you because of the kind of woman she is.
Yes.
And you got lucky with some healthy young boys that you're raising. Those boys need to see your strength when they look in your eyes.
Yes, sir.
That woman needs to see your strength every morning when you wake up.
Yes, sir.
You cannot be going to depend on some other superior being, because you are the superior being to her. You are the superior being to the children. And oftentimes, when men fail to do what I'm telling you, that's why women start getting so religious and going to church and start worshiping the pastor and calling her daddy.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. Yes, that's true.
Because women are always looking for a higher power to submit to obey, to honor, to respect, and to follow.
Yes.
So when you fail to take that frame that deserves respect, that deserves honor, that deserves to follow, that deserves submission, that deserves to be followed, then she starts now hunting for that other person, because she's continually looking to be led. And in the context of the African society, the least judgmental, least guilty place to go to is the church.
Yeah, that's true.
But she is going to treat the pastor the way she would have wanted to treat you.
That's true.
So be the head of the family, not Jesus, not anybody else. And you are going to find there is nothing you need to change. I mean, I let you speak when you started, and you started with the doom and gloom, but everything looks so sunny for me. I mean,
Yes.
everything for you looks so sunny to me.
Yes.
You have it going on, bro. You have a little nice little family that you have created with a young woman who is still energetic, who is still willing to give you children. That's a reality
Yes.
now in 21st century.
Yes. Yes.
That's a woman who has not turned on you. That's a woman who has not beat you down when you are on your lowest point.
Yes.
That's a woman who is stepping in to cover to supplement and complement the income.
Yes.
Just focus on the positive side.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Because, and I'll tell you something about the psychology of women. Women don't want to hear men's problems. I hope you haven't told her your problems.
No, I don't. She doesn't. I learned that. I learned that from the street.
Yes. Women don't want to hear men's problem. The lie that has been sold by the wokeness in the modern man's world, that open up, be vulnerable, it's okay to cry, it's okay to share, pour your heart out. That's a lie. The moment you do that, this woman is looking at you like, now what am I going to do with this thing? Because this thing was supposed to guide me. This thing was supposed to give me direction. This thing was supposed to protect me. These things were supposed to provide for me. These things were supposed to be masculine. Now it's a fragile, crying, emotional things. What am I going to do with it? They check out. You understand?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Bro, I have nothing to tell you.
That's true.
You are doing great.
Yes.
I am just short of saying I want your life. I envy your life.
But even when I hang out with some of my friends, right? A lot of times I don't even I don't really share what's going on in my life, because then it looks like, oh, you don't you're not even supposed to, you shouldn't even want more. People have a way of saying you shouldn't want more because everything is going so well for you, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
sometimes I sit down with my friends. I know some of them are still single, and a few of them are married, and if I was to say, okay, like my real friends, I have probably four real friends.
Yeah.
So, and majority of them, like 3 of them are single. So when I sit down and I'm telling them, oh, you should look for a young lady and start your life and everything, I say it with with knowledge at the back of my head of how lucky I am to have my wife. Like when they say it, I acknowledge it. I'm like, yes, I know. I know you cannot use my case as a regular case, because my case, I know personally that my case is not regular, and I think I think one of the reasons why my case is not regular ties back to what you just said, which is we are the creators.
Yes.
So every single thing that I have in my life right now, is what I have said with my mouth. Every single thing that I've said with my mouth, I have.
Yes. That's how it works.
So I don't doubt you and it's, to me, what you said is not controversial, because it can be controversial to somebody else
Yeah.
who's not self-aware, but to me it's not controversial, because it just, what I think you did is you pulled it out of me. It was there, but then I didn't lean into it fully.
Correct.
But yeah, but now, coming from you, I lean totally into it, and I believe it, because it's true. Because I said I was gonna have a beautiful family, and we're gonna have a lovely life, and like our kids are gonna gonna grow up, and they will do well, and we're gonna have grandchildren, and everything is gonna work out for us. And I attended I attended two marriages in the last four in the last 4 years.
Weddings.
Yes, weddings.
Uh-huh.
That I don't really attend weddings, but in the last 4 years,
Yeah.
I attended two. One of them was one of my neighbors, whose friend was getting. So the guy is the neighbor is a friend of mine. So his friend, who we are like friendly with, we're acquaintances, was doing a marriage, and he invited me and begged me, said I should come and stuff like that. So I went for that marriage. That marriage has crashed. That marriage crashed a year after they got married. Then another guy that I know, that I attended his wedding ceremony, that marriage has also crashed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like me and my wife don't have issues, not like sometimes as a man you don't think, oh, when you have issues you're like, yes, you want to abandon everything, you want to leave everything and go your own way and all of that stuff. Those things happen, but because of the mindset that, no, we're married, as long as you're putting in effort and I'm putting in effort, we're going to make it. So no matter what it is that we go through, as in our and a lot of the times I look at it and I'm like, okay, maybe like I'm the problem as the man, I'm the problem, because I think the last issue we had was because of a particular lady that was living in the same compound as we were living.
Mm-hmm.
So recently I got to find out that she knew that lady had eyes on me, right? And she like, I was always asking her, what's going on with this lady. So recently she now started telling me that, that I didn't even know what was going on, that she and this lady, that they talk, and she picks. My wife is very smart, for someone that's that young, and in the sense of it, she has just she just high school. Let me say high school diploma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she said that she picks words from when that lady is talking, and that lady is always talking and trying to like discourage her from putting everything into her marriage, and like trying to like discourage her, and at the same time tell her that, oh, she has a nice husband. so she knew something wasn't right.
Yeah.
So and then the lady, because she was the one living in the apartment, sometimes when we are doing something in the compound where we have to like have a meeting and stuff like that, me and the lady, we talk.
Yeah.
And she didn't, my wife didn't just want anything other than that hello, hi, conversation. She didn't want any kind of friendship. And I just got to understand that recently when she sat me down and talked to me about it.
Because she knows that woman is poisonous. Yeah. That woman is trying to poison her mind. And
Yes.
if if she was a native Nigerian, she would have already turned.
Yes,
But
that's true.
she has a higher purpose.
Yes.
And now the challenge for you is to look for a way to remove her from such negative people and put her in a safe place where she can just raise her children without the whispers from the hell.
Yes. Yes.
So that now should be the response to that. Don't get caught up in the back and forth. Just know
Yes.
the ultimate plan needs to be build yourself to a point where you can remove her from there and put her
Yes.
and your sons in a safe environment away from distractors, because the distractors are always going there. I mean, bro, that woman is jealous of the kind of life that you have created for that woman, for your wife.
Yes.
That is what she's trying to destroy.
Yes. Yes.
And you are on the upside because your woman already knows that. She's not bringing drama to you, telling you that you're trying to sleep with a woman. She's the one telling you that that woman wants you.
Yes.
If she was one of those mannerless Yoruba and Igbo women, she would have flared up in the whole estate, calling you names and shaming you and guilting you and calling you all kind of names.
Yes.
You are one lucky guy. And I'll tell you something else. For the children, and probably you didn't even factor this one. For children to be raised by a young mother that is still energetic, that is a huge plus, because she can be a kid with the kids.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, she's 25.
Yes.
Your
That's
firstborn is 8.
Yes. That's true.
So an 18-year-old is growing up with a child, which is what the men of the old used to do.
Yes.
They used to build themselves up and so that they can afford to keep a young family and raise a young family. And then the woman's energy would be transferred to the children, and they would grow together, and they will run and do play and do games together and study together. And now she has a 2-year-old son and another one on the way.
Yes.
So now you need to step in there and take the firstborn for yourself and start molding him to be a man. So that now the conversation you had me talking about, so that your wife does not imprint her biology and chemistry on the 8-year-old.
Yes. Yes.
So now you need to start doing manly things with your son.
Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, there is nothing else you need to do. You need to teach your son how to do the computer things that you're doing. Get her interested and curious about computers.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
You don't need to do much, bro. I mean, the universe has aligned itself in your favor and compensated for your childhood mishaps and rewarded you heavily with a young woman.
Yes.
and almost 3 children.
Yes.
Just be conscious of what your role is and
Yes.
and lean into that with gratitude.
Okay.
With gratitude. Don't get lost in the struggles of the moment so much to forget the gains of the past and the vision of the future.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay?
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you.
Bro,
Thank
I
you
have nothing else to tell you. I envy your life. I can imagine the energy of a 25-year-old woman running around with 2 small boys. Bro, you are in heaven.
So, the more you say this, my faith is strong.
Yes.
My faith is strong. I really appreciate. I like this. You know, even talking to you on this call, just is further proof that I like everything is working according to how it's
Yes.
supposed to work.
Yes.
Because I reached out when I sent that message. I didn't want to like go into too many details there, you know. But I'm like, okay, let me put it out there, you know, and see if this Oga would answer. And here I am, you know, speaking with Oga for almost 1 hour. And if Oga was to bill me and say, okay, for consultation fee, you pay $10,000 for the 1 hour
Yeah.
that I just spoke with you now, you know, I don't think it's even enough, you know. I don't think it's even enough, and you did that. So that's wow.
There is
That's more than
there is nothing you're going through as a man
yes,
that is unique to you.
yes,
And I'm glad you brought up my story about being in the wilderness for 11 years. It was not easy.
yes,
And I speak about it because I overcame it.
yes,
But in the moment, it was the hardest thing to go through. It was scary. It was the uncertainty of it. But here we are now, having overcome all of that.
yes.
And for you to have a woman who is willing to give you children, bro, I'm not going to be the one telling you. You already know how that works in Nigeria. Even when they give the man the children is not the man's children.
That's true.
Your women are leading planet Earth in what do they call it? In DNA negative results.
Paternity fraud.
Paternity fraud is the word I was looking for.
That's true.
Bro, I cannot emphasize enough how lucky you are
Yes, that's true.
to have ended up with the woman you ended up with.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
No, and I'm grateful.
What languages do you speak at home?
So at home I speak English with her, and sometimes I try, since we're in Lagos, I'm trying to like get better with my Yoruba.
Yeah.
So now what I want to do, because my kids went to stay with my mother in Akwa Ibom. She came and took them when they closed school.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah.
So they're on holiday there, and I plan when they return, I want to start speaking my native dialect to them.
What is your native tongue?
So my native dialect is Anna.
Anna.
Anna. Yes, Anna.
Okay. And grammar, when the children come back, they will already be speaking the language because of grammar.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
especially the younger one.
Yes.
Yeah. And what is her native languages?
So my wife's native language is French.
Okay.
And and Yoruba.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now she doesn't have anyone who she speaks the French with. So I think she said she's beginning to forget some of it.
No. She need to speak to the children in French.
Yes.
And then you pick a different language. That is not English. They'll get English from school.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true.
They'll catch English from school.
That's true.
Because you want them to activate their brains to be receptive to multiple cultures and multiple languages. And it's happening at home. Here in America, rich families hire nannies who speak only Spanish, so that these rich families' children can learn Spanish from home.
Ah, nice.
And there is no other language between the nanny, who is, from South America or from Mexico, than Spanish.
Yes.
And they naturally now learn the language. Long time ago, I was working for this orthopedic surgeon doctor at his house, and their son was probably 35 at the time.
Okay.
He spoke fluent Spanish because when he was a little boy, the nanny was Mexican, and the instruction was don't speak to him in another language other than Spanish. Now, in his adulthood, he understands the language completely. And then in his own life, at the time their boy was probably 4 years old and they had a newborn baby. They in their own house away from in East Texas, they also have a living Spanish nanny who teaches the children the language. And this is people paying a lot of money to immerse their children in that culture and the language. So mommy already speaks French.
Yes.
Let her teach the children the French.
Okay.
And then your mother teach the children Ana. And then you double down on it.
Okay.
Or Yoruba. And then when they go to school, they'll catch the English. Everybody catches the English.
That's very that I'll do exactly that.
Yeah. But man, you have a very, very beautiful, well knit family going on for you. Focus on that part. Focus on that part.
Thank you very, very much.
Don't allow yourself to be seen as a defeated, frustrated man. There is no point for that. You have so much going for you. You are in the 1 percentile of the people on this planet, especially at your age.
Yes, sir.
So focus on that and build on that. Okay?
I'll do that, sir.
I have never had a conversation with somebody where I didn't have anything to tell them until you. Bro, focus on the things that matter. You are doing great. You have a young, energetic wife who is still willing to pop children. There is already one in the oven cooking.
Yes, sir.
Bro,
Yes, sir.
keep going. Just do what you're doing.
I will.
Okay?
I will.
I'm happy. I'm happy for you, bro.
I'm very, very glad, and
yeah.
I feel blessed to even be speaking with you. I really appreciate your time and your concern and your words of wisdom. I could really use that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The mark of a man is dependability and reliability. You have to be dependable and you have to be reliable. That is the mark of the man. And he needs to deliver those two things with honesty. That is the challenge. Just be that man. You have a very bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
When you are 37, your son will be 10.
Yes.
When you're 47, your son will be 20.
Yes, sir.
But you will be looking like brother and sister.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you'll be looking like two brothers.
Yes. That's true, sir. That's true.
Enjoy life. Enjoy every moment. Don't let some mishaps and some unmet goals ding your star. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
And yes, thank you very much, sir. And your videos are what young men really need.
Yeah.
In this time and age. So I really appreciate you taking the time to put them out. And sometimes you can tell when someone doesn't have to. You don't owe anybody anything. You just look at it and you're like, you see a problem and you put yourself in a position to solve it as much as you can, and that's very rare to come across in this day and age where everybody's so selfish and self-absorbed. So
I know.
you are a legend. You're a legend, sir.
All right? Pay it forward.
Yes.
Pay it forward to your own family and to yourself.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay? I'm happy for you, man.
All right,
Just
sir.
keep doing
Thank
what
you
you're
very
doing.
much. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, man.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.